Paris, the city of light, elegance, and revolution. In the early 20th century, amidst the echo of horse carriages and the rustle of long, heavy skirts, one woman dared to whisper rebellion into the ear of fashion. Her name was Gabrielle Chanel, but the world would come to know her simply as Coco. Gabrielle Bonheur Chanel was born in 1883 in Saumur, France, far from the glamour she would one day embody. Her childhood was anything but elegant. At 12, Gabrielle's life shattered when her mother passed away, leaving her father to abandon her and her siblings. She was sent to a convent orphanage, a cold and austere place where days were marked by silence and the hum of sewing machines. Here she learned to sew, a skill that would become her ticket to freedom. But it was also here, among the nuns' simple black and white habits, that Coco found the first seeds of her aesthetic: minimalism, practicality, and timeless elegance. Chanel's earliest years are a study in contradiction. The harshness of her upbringing shaped her resilience, while the simplicity of the convent laid the groundwork for her revolutionary approach to design. It's a reminder that innovation often springs from the unlikeliest of places. In her early 20s, Gabrielle worked as a seamstress by day and sang in cabarets by night. Her performances of songs like Kika Coco earned her the nickname Coco, a moniker she carried with pride, though she later spun romantic tales about its origins. Through her singing career, she met Etienne Balsan, a wealthy gentleman who introduced her to the world of the French aristocracy. But Coco was not content to be someone's mistress. With Balsan's financial backing, she opened her first shop in 1910, selling hats. Her designs were a stark departure from the ornate and impractical fashions of the Belle Époque. Coco's hats were simple, functional, and yet undeniably chic. Women loved them. They were wearable whispers of a new kind of femininity: confident, independent, and free. Coco's early success was not just about fashion, it was about timing. Post-war Europe craved change, and Chanel offered more than clothing. She offered liberation. Her hats symbolized a break from tradition, a rebellion wrapped in simplicity. As Coco expanded her brand, she introduced jersey, a fabric previously relegated to men's underwear, into women's fashion. It was an audacious move. Jersey was cheap and unglamorous, but Chanel saw its potential. She transformed it into soft, flowing dresses that allowed women to move, work, and even dance. And then came the little black dress. In 1926, Vogue compared it to the Model T Ford, accessible to all, universally chic, and destined to become a uniform of modern women. Chanel had turned black, a color once reserved for mourning, into the pinnacle of sophistication. Today, we see echoes of Chanel's revolution in every pair of yoga pants and every minimalist design trend. Her philosophy of comfort meeting elegance has become the bedrock of contemporary fashion. Chanel's life was not without shadows. During World War II, she closed her shops, claiming wartime wasn't a time for fashion. But her relationship with a Nazi officer cast a long shadow over her legacy, raising questions about her motivations and survival tactics. Yet even in the face of scandal, Chanel remained unapologetically herself. In the 1950s, at an age when most would retire, she staged a triumphant comeback, launching her signature tweed suits and quilted handbags. She reclaimed her place at the pinnacle of fashion, proving that reinvention is always possible. Coco Chanel's life reminds us that genius often walks a fine line between light and shadow. Her ability to adapt, evolve, and reclaim her narrative is a testament to her resilience. Chanel passed away in 1971, but her spirit lives on. Her brand, now synonymous with luxury, continues to dominate the fashion world. Yet her influence extends far beyond clothes. Chanel revolutionized how women saw themselves. She gave them permission to embrace simplicity, to prioritize comfort without sacrificing style, and to rewrite the rules of femininity. In a world obsessed with trends, Chanel's philosophy of timelessness feels more relevant than ever. She didn't just design clothes, she designed a way of life. And in doing so, she proved that true elegance is not about what you wear, but how you live. Gabrielle Chanel was more than a designer. She was a dreamer, a rebel, a force of nature who taught us that simplicity is the ultimate sophistication. Her story is one of survival, reinvention, and an unyielding belief in the power of individuality. And that, perhaps, is her greatest legacy.